Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय।
जय
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा तरुण।
कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण तरुण।
हरे कृष्णा
जय श्री कृष्ण तरुण जी।
हरे
जय
कृष्ण।
श्री कृष्ण अंजलि जी। बस अभी एक मीटिंग खत्म कर दूसरे में आगे, मैं तो ऐसे ही चल रहा है।
That's nice.
तरुण आपको वेलकम करने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं अंजलि जी।
क्या बात है, टेंशन में दे रहे हो गजेंद्र जी? क्या हुआ, टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टी हो गई क्या?
तरुण इतनी मेहनत कर रहे हैं अभी, तो वेलकम तो होगा ही ना जबरदस्त। Right, so let's start. Just 1 second. All right, so you can see the screen, yeah?
Yes.
ठीक है, तो हम लोग अभी अध्याय 9 पढ़ रहे हैं ऑफ 7th स्कंद। कल हम लोगों ने 30th श्लोक पढ़ा था, और इन श्लोकों में और इस अध्याय में जैसा कि हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, नरसिंह भगवान प्रकट होते हैं और उनकी स्तुति शिवजी भगवान, ब्रह्मा जी और ब्रह्मा और लक्ष्मी जी सहित सारे देवतागण, ऋषिगण सभी लोग करते हैं। लेकिन जो नरसिंह भगवान का स्वरूप है, जो हमने पढ़ा, जैसे जो डिस्क्राइब किया गया था, कैसे उनका मुख है, कैसे जिह्वा है, कैसे कान है, कैसे आंखों का स्वरूप है, और कैसे आधा नर आधा सिंह का जो स्वरूप जो डिस्क्राइब किया गया है, किसी की हिम्मत नहीं हो रही थी कि भगवान को जाके पेसिफाई कर सके। तो ब्रह्मा जी प्रहलाद महाराज को कहते हैं कि आप जाके नरसिंह भगवान को पेसिफाई करें। एंड देन दैट्स व्हाट वी आर सीइंग। नरसिंह भगवान, प्रहलाद महाराज, हु इज लाइक द हाईएस्ट लेवल ऑफ डिवोटी, जिनको महाभागवत कहा गया है, he goes and he prays to Nṛsiṁh Bhagwan, and that's what we are reading right now, the prayers of Prahlāda Maharaj. तो कल हम लोग ये श्लोक पढ़ रहे थे। या इसमें प्रहलाद महाराज कह रहे हैं, माय डियर लॉर्ड, यू अलोन manifest yourself as the entire cosmic manifestation, for you existed before the creation, you exist after the annihilation, and you are the maintainer between the beginning and the end. All this is done by your external energy through actions and reactions of the three modes of material nature. Therefore, whatever exists externally and internally is you alone. Everything is manifestation of you, right? And it says here reactions of the three modes of material nature. What are the three modes of material nature?
रजोगुण, तमोगुण, सत्वगुण।
Right, yeah? Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. It says modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, right? And externally is the materialistic world, which is generated by Maya, right? And then internally is the spiritual world. But everything is manifestation of Lord Vishnu, is what Prahlāda Maharaj is saying. So we'll start with Shlok 31, Anilji.
Tvam va idam sadasnisa bhavanstatoanyo maya yadatma parabudhiryam hiyapartha yadyasya janma nidhanam sthiti rikshanam cha tadvaita deva pasukala vadishti sarvoha. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the entire cosmic creation is caused by you, and the cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. Although the entire cosmos is but you alone, you keep yourself aloof from it. The conception of mine and yours is certainly a type of illusion, Maya, because everything is an emanation from you and is therefore not different from you. Indeed, the cosmic manifestation is non-different from you, and the annihilation is also caused by you. This relationship between your Lordship and this cosmos is illustrated by the example of the seed and the tree, or the subtle cause and the gross manifestation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Let's read this. Anjali ji.
हाँ.
Are you
In
able to
Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Deham mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatanam. O son of Prada, know that I am the original seed of all existences. In the Vedic literature, it is said, Tasvayam idam sarvam yato va imani bhutane jayante and sarvam kalva idam brahma. All this Vedic information indicates that there is only one God and that there is nothing else but Him. The Mayavadi philosophers explain this in their own way, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead asserts the truth that He is everything and yet is separate from everything. This is the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is called as Asintya Bheda Tattva. Everything is one, the Supreme Lord, yet everything is separate from the Lord. This is the understanding of oneness and difference. Jai Shri Krishna.
Hare Krishna? So you can see in Bhagavad Gita, of course, everyone knows that, right? Vishnu, Sri Krishna himself says that Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam. Bijam is the seed of everything, Sarva, all Bhutanam, right? And that she is, of course, saying is to Arjun, O son of Pritha. Pritha, who is Pritha?
Mother of Arjun?
Right, yeah. So Arjun is Parth, yeah. And Pritha is Kunti, Mother Kunti, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mother Kunti is known as Pritha. So, O son of Pritha, who is, of course, Arjun, Parth. And he's saying that I am the original seed of all existence. And this is what Lord Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita, right? And that's what Prahlāda Maharaj is here glorifying Lord Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan as. Yeah. Ajay?
Nṛsiṁhadeva matman jagadvila mabud madhe sheshitmana nij sukhan bhuvo niriha yogen milit drigatma nipit nidra struye sthito natutamo na gunash yunsake. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, after the annihilation, the creative energy is kept in you, who appears to sleep with half-closed eyes. Actually, however, you do not sleep like an ordinary human being. For you, you are always a transcendental stage, beyond the creation of the material world, and you always feel transcendental bliss. As Karnodaksha Vishnu You thus remain in your transcendental status, not touching material objects. Although you appear to sleep, this sleeping is distinct from sleeping in ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. And Karno Daksha Vishnu is where you see like how the Lord Vishnu is on the Seshnag, right? And we have read about Karno Daksha Vishnu, Garbho Daksha Vishnu, and Shiro Daksha Vishnu, right? So Prahlāda Maharaj is, of course, saying that you are always Adi Anadi, like before the original, after the original, you have always been there, right? Is what is being mentioned. Very nice purport. Let's read this, Anilji.
As explained very clearly in the Brahma Samhita 5.47, Yaha Karanarnava Jale Bhajati Sma Yoga Nidram Anant Jagad And Sa Roma Kupa Adhara Saktim Avalambya Param Swamurtim Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who lies down in the causal ocean in his plenary portion as Mahavishnu, with all the universes generating from the pores of hair on his transcendental body, and who accepts the mystic slumber of eternity. The Adi Purush, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Govinda, expands himself as Mahavishnu. After the annihilation of this cosmic manifestation, he keeps himself in transcendental bliss. The word Yoga Nidram is used in reference to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should understand that this Nidra or sleep is not like our Nidra in the mode of ignorance. The Lord is always situated in transcendence. He is Satchidananda, eternally in bliss, and thus he is not disturbed by sleep like ordinary human beings. It should be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in transcendental bliss in all stages. Srila Madhavacharya concisely states that the Lord is Turya Sthitaha, always situated in transcendence. In transcendence, there is no such thing as Jagaran, Nidra, Susupti, wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And spiritual world, the transcendental world is totally different, right? And as you know, in Brahma Samhita, which is Lord Brahma's prayers to Lord Govind, yeah, this is what Lord Brahmaji is saying in one of the shloks, right? That I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, which is like Adi Purusham, yeah, the original and Anadi. There is no one before him, right? And then he says like where the Nidram Anant Jagad Andaso Roma Kupa, right? Like how all these universes come in existence is by from the pores of hair on his transcendental body. Yeah, how the universes generate. And we read a lot more detail about this in the second canto, right? So everything emanates from Lord Vishnu. Hare Krishna, Jyoti.
Hare Krishna, Vijay.
Krishna, padhoge?
Yeah. Tasyaiva deva puridham nijakala shaktya sanchodita prakriti dharmana atmagudham ambasyananthashyanadhira matsamathe narvarerubhutu swakanikata vanmahabhajam. This cosmic manifestation, the material world, is also your body. This total lump of matter is agitated by your potent energy, known as Kala Shakti, and thus the three modes of material nature are manifested. You awaken from the bed of Shesha Ananta, and from your navel a small transcendental seed is generated. It is from this seed that the lotus flower of gigantic universe is manifested exactly as a banyan tree grows from a small seed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Prahlāda Maharaj is glorifying Lord Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan and showing how the gigantic universe is generated, right? Okay, a very nice purport. So I'm going to read this. Ajay?
The three different forms of Mahavishnu, namely Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who are the origin of creation and maintenance, are gradually being described. From Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is generated, and from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu gradually expands. Thus, Mahavishnu is the original cause of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes the lotus flower from which Lord Brahma is manifested. Thus, the original cause of everything is Vishnu, and consequently the cosmic manifestation is not different from Vishnu. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, where Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvain pravartate. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we have read in like about Mahavishnu. Yeah. Mahavishnu is known as Karnodakshaya Vishnu. Yeah. And we know how from Karnodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes in existence. Yeah. And from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is where you see how Lord Brahmaji is from Nabhi of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Lord Brahma originates. And also Garbhodakshaya Vishnu enters. So it is mentioned, right? We just read that from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, from the pores of his hair, so many universes get generated. So ours is just one of the universes, right? And like this, there are so many universes. And in each universe, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu intersect as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Yeah, the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, and that is the super soul. So our soul, yeah, so we have the Sthul Sharir, and we have the Suksham Sharir, and then our soul is related to the super soul, and that super soul is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, right? So all of us soul, like Atma, related to Paramatma is the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. And of course, you know, Mahavishnu is the origin of creation and maintenance, which again, of course, comes from Gokul, Golok, Lord Krishna Dham, right? But that's what is explained here. And of course, we know that from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes the lotus flower from which Lord Brahma is manifested. And then Lord Brahma creates the universe, right? So, but at the end, of course, in Bhagavad Gita, as Lord Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhao mata sarvam parvarte, right? Right? I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Yeah. Tarun?
Everything emanates from me. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is an expansion of Karnodakshaya Vishnu, who is an expansion of Sanskarsana. In this way, Krishna is ultimately the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. The conclusion is that both the material world and spiritual world are considered to be the body of the Supreme Lord. We can understand that the material body is caused by the spiritual body, and is therefore an expansion of the spiritual body. Thus, when one takes up spiritual activities, one's entire material body is spiritualized. Similarly, in this material world, when the Krishna consciousness movement expands, the entire material world becomes spiritualized. As long as we do not realize this, we live in the material world. But when we are fully Krishna conscious, we live not in the material world, but in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So a lot of things mentioned in this paragraph, right? First of all, Karnadaksha Vishnu, right? Mahavishnu is an expansion of Sankarshan, right? We read about Sankarshan, right? Like there are four expansions which happen from Lord Krishna, actually, like Sankarshan, Aniruddha, yeah, Vasudev, right? So like that, there are four expansions, and from Sankarshan comes the Mahavishnu. And of course, as we know, Sarva Karan Karnam is, yeah, the Krishna is the ultimate cause of all causes, Sarva Karan Karnam. And so ultimately spiritual thing is what is extended as a materialistic thing. So like we have a soul, which is actually spiritual, Satchit Anand, right? But we get conditioned because we get touched by this material world, which is composed of those three gunas, Rajogun, Tamogun, and Satogun, right? That's what is mentioned. But what is being said is, once we realize that we are actually the spiritual soul, and once we have the self-realization, we essentially start living in the Krishna conscious world, then we are not really living in the material world anymore. अंजलि जी.
हाँ जी. तत्सभवम कवीरो कवीर तो अनंत पश्चान्मान स्वतः बीज मातम आणि ततः स ब्रह्मी विचंतय नाविदतं अब्दा सतम अपसो निमा ज अहमानो जाते नकुरे कथम उनो पह पलभेता बीजम. From that great lotus flower, Brahma was generated. But Brahma certainly could see nothing but the lotus. Therefore, thinking you to be outside, Lord Brahma dove into the water and attempted to find the source of the lotus for 100 years. He could find no trace of you. However, for when a seed fructifies, the original seed cannot be seen.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So
Hare Krishna.
yeah. And who is speaking right now?
Brahmaji.
Yeah. No, right now, right? This is
Yeah.
spoken by Prahlāda Maharaj, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Prahlāda Maharaj doing prayers of Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Prahlāda Maharaj is saying to Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan that when Brahmaji generated, and we all know that right, Brahmaji came from Nabhi of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. But when Brahmaji came out, he did not know where he is. Yeah. He did not know where he is. And he then went down up to the Nabhi to find out who he is, where has he come from. And he could not find anything, right? And then he went into tapasya, and he did tapasya for, like it says, like, you know, almost more than 100 years. And this 100 years is not the solar years. Yeah. 1 year is 365 years of celestial years, right? One Devata's day is 365 solar days. Yeah. So that's thousands of years of tapasya Lord Brahmaji did. And then Lord Vishnu appeared and he told him what the source of his manifestation is, right? So that's what Prahlāda Maharaj is glorifying Lord Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan. Yeah. Jyoti?
Did you
Jyoti?
take me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. स्वतत्मायो निराति विस्मन् आश्रितो वजं कालेन तीव्र पसा परिशुद्धभावाः त्वमात्मानिषु भुवि गन्धमिवाति सूक्ष्मं भूतेन्द्रियाशायां मयि विततं ददर्श. Lord Brahma, who is celebrated as Atma Yoni, having been born without a mother, was struck with wonder. Thus, he took shelter of the lotus flower, and when he had been purified after undergoing severe austerities for many hundreds of years, he could see that the cause for all causes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was spread throughout his own body and senses, just as aroma, although very subtle, is perceived in the earth. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Huh? Anilju?
एवं सहस्रवदनां दृशुकरोरु नासाद्य कर्णनयना भरणायुधा डयं मायामयं सदुपलिक्षित सन्निवेशं दृष्ट्वा महापुरुषमाप मुदं विरिञ्चः. Lord Brahma could then see you possessing thousands and thousands of faces, feet, heads, hands, thighs, noses, ears, and eyes. You were very nicely dressed, being decorated and bedecked with varieties of ornaments and weapons. Seeing you in the form of Lord Vishnu, your symptoms and form being transcendental, your legs extending from the lower planets, Lord Brahma achieved transcendental bliss. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So after doing hundreds and hundreds of years of tapasya, Lord Vishnu gave darshan to Lord Brahma, right? And how he sees like Sahastra, thousands of like Nas, Karna, Nayan, right? And that's the way, yeah, Lord Vishnu gave darshan to Lord Brahma, right? And but he got the transcendental form, and Lord Brahma achieved the transcendental bliss. Yeah. Yes. And Tarun.
Lord Brahma, being completely pure, could see the original form of the Lord as Vishnu, having many thousands of faces and forms. This process is called self-realization. Genuine self-realization consists not of perceiving the impersonal effulgence of the Lord, but seeing face to face the transcendental form of the Lord. As distinctly mentioned here, Lord Brahma saw the Supreme Lord as Mahapurusha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Arjuna also saw Krishna in this same way. Therefore, he told the Lord, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam, Bhavanam, Bhavam, Purusham, Saswatam, Divyam. You are the Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the Supreme Abode and Purifier, the Absolute Truth, and the Eternal Divine Person. The Lord is Param Purusha, the Supreme Form. Purusham Saswatam. He is everlasting, the Supreme Enjoyer. It is not that the impersonal Brahman assumes a form. On the contrary, the impersonal Brahman effulgence is an emanation from the Supreme Form of the Lord. Upon being purified, Brahma could see the Supreme Form of the Lord. The impersonal Brahman cannot have heads, noses, ears, hands, and legs. It is not possible, for these are attributes of the Lord's form. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So a couple of important things mentioned here is, first of all, this transcendental form, right? This Mahavishnu form was also seen by Arjun. Yeah. If you remember, right, how Lord Krishna shows him the universal form of Lord, right? Having the whole universe within himself. And the similar form was shown to Lord Brahma by Vishnu Bhagwan. And the second part which is mentioned here is that is the universal form of the Lord. But the point is, a lot of people will say that there's no form of the Lord, right? It's like Brahma realization, where they say it's Brahma, everything is Prakriti and there's no form. What this is mentioning is, it is the form. There is a form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is what is being mentioned. It's not possible for these attributes of the Lord's form without Supreme Personality of Godhead having a form, right? This is what is mentioned here, right? Like it says that when one is in perfect transcendental bliss, he can see the Lord's supreme form, Vigraha form. In this regard, Sri Madhavacharya says, Kandhakya devata yadvat prithvim vijayatishthati evam vyaptam jagad vishnu brahmatma stam dadashaha. Lord Brahma saw that as aromas and colors spread throughout the earth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead pervades the cosmic manifestation in a shuttle form. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. Tasme Bhavanah Ya Shirastunavam Hi Bibhrada Veda Druha Vati Balo Madhukaita Bhakyo Hatva Nayad Chu Tiganancha Rajasta Mascha Satvam Tava Priyatamam Tanu Mamananti. My dear Lord, when you appeared as Hayagriva with the head of a horse, you killed two demons known as Madhu and Kaitava, who were full of the modes of passion and ignorance. Then you delivered the Vedic knowledge to Lord Brahma. For this reason, all the great saints accept your forms as transcendental, untinged by material qualities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So in this way, Prahlāda Maharaj continue to pray Lord Nṛsiṁha Bhagwan, right? Madhu Keta Bhakyo in the Havagriya form, right? And then, of course, this is how the transcendental form of the Lord appears again and again, is what is mentioned. Yeah, it says here the Lord appears in order to protect the devotees and kill the demons. Yeah, Paritranaraya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam. Since the demons are always ready to oppose Vedic civilization, they are sure to be killed by the transcendental form of the Lord. Anilji?
इत्थं नृत्यर्षिदेव झषावतारे लोकान् विभावयसि हंसि जगत्प्रतीपान् धर्ममहापुरुषपाशियुगान्व्रतं क्षण्णः कलौ पदभवस्त्रीयुगोत स त्वम्. In this way, my Lord, you appear in various incarnations as a human being, an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise, thus maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demonic principles. According to the age, O my Lord, you protect the principles of religion. In the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore you are known as Triyug, or the Lord who appears in three yugas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So as we know, Lord Vishnu's like almost 24 avatars as how the Lord Vishnu appears, and we have seen different avatars, right? Including Lord Ram, Lord Nṛsiṁh Bhagavatam, and when the Nṛsiṁh Bhagavatam appeared, this is how Prahlāda Maharaj is pacifying and glorifying the Lord. Yeah. And Lord is also known as Triyug because Triyug is where the Lord appears, and in Kali Yuga, the form is different. So what is mentioned? Nice purpose. So let's read this. Ajay?
As the Lord appeared just to maintain Lord Brahma from the attack of Madhu and Kaitava, he also appeared to protect the great devotee Prahlāda Maharaj. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya appeared in order to protect the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. There are four yugas or millenniums: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. In all these yugas, but Kali Yuga, the Lord appears in various incarnations and asserts himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But although Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appears in Kali Yuga, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he never asserted himself as such. On the contrary, whenever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was addressed as being as good as Krishna, he blocked his ears with his hands, denying his identity with Krishna, because he was playing the part of devotee. Lord Chaitanya knew that in Kali Yuga there would be many bogus incarnations pretending to be God, and therefore he avoided asserting himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, and we know there are four yugas, right? Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga, right? And we know how many years in each of those yugas, right? You remember how many years in Kali Yuga? Around 432,000 years, right? So one Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. And then you have Dwapar Yuga. You keep adding 432,000, right? So 864,000 years in Dwapar Yuga. And 1.2 million something in Treta Yuga. And 1.7 million something in Satyug. And when you total up everything, it's around 4.2 million years in one Yuga. Remember, right? And like this, if there are 72 yugas, is one Kalp. Yeah? 72 is one Manu Yuga. So one Manu, 72 yugas happen in one Manu's terms. And do you remember how many Manus appear in one day of Lord Brahma?
14 Manus.
14 Manus, yeah?
14.
So in one day of Lord Brahma, in just one day. And how big is one day? How big is one day of Lord Brahma? Remember?
360
No,
years.
there was the 365 days of one day of Devatas, actually.
Yeah.
But one day of Lord Brahma is 4,032,000,000 years.
My God.
That's one day of Lord Brahma. And in that one day of Lord Brahma, 14 Manus appear. Each Manu has 72 yugas of like Satyug, Tretayug, Dwapar and Kaliyug. Each yug is 4.2 million years. Like that, 72 yugas in one Manu, and then 14 Manus appear, right? And in between there is some time. So that's how and it's all quantified and clearly defined. It all comes together, right? And so one day and night of Lord Brahma is like 8,064,000,000 years, solar years, right? And Lord Brahma's age, knows age of Lord Brahma is, right? So 350 trillion years, right? We remember. So that's how much. So that's why it's mentioned again and again that this human life, which is not even 100 solar years in Kali Yuga, right, is so important because this is our chance to get relationship back in place with Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, right? And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's avatar is that in the form of Radharani, devoted to Lord Krishna. Is Lord Krishna's avatar in the form of Radharani, and that's where he teaches us the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and for the benefit of all the conditioned souls in Kali Yuga. Let's just complete this reading. And Jyoti.
1 minute. Okay. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is accepted as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, in many Vedic literatures, especially in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna Varnam, Krishna, Sangopangastra Parsadam, Yagnaha, Sankritathan, Pradyur, Yajanti hi Sumidhashaha. In Kali Yuga, intelligent men worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always accompanied by his associates such as Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhara, and Srivasa. The entire Krishna consciousness movement is based on the principles of Sankirtana movement inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, one who tries to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of the Sankirtana movement knows everything perfectly. He is Sumedas, a person with substantial intelligence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And as you know, Narad Muni himself mentioned in Kali Yuga, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare is the Sankirtan movement which can benefit the conditioned souls in Kali Yuga. So one more slok, Tarun.
Naitanyamastve Naitan Manastava Kathasu Vikuntanatha Sampriyate Durita Dushtam Asadhu Tivram Kamaturam Harsa Sokha Bhayasantarantam Tasmin Katham Tava Gatim Vimsrasami Dinah. My dear Lord of Vaikuntha planets, where there is no anxiety, my mind is extremely sinful and lusty, being sometimes so-called happy and sometimes so-called distressed. My mind is full of lamentation and fear. It always seeks more and more money. Thus it has become most polluted and is never satisfied in topics concerning you. I am therefore most fallen and poor. In such a status of life, how shall I be able to discuss your activities? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Basically, like we are so engaged, Prahlāda Maharaj is speaking for us, right? We are so engaged in the materialistic world, try to do so many things that we don't have time to discuss the activities of the Lord, right? Like reading Srimad Bhagavatam, for example, doing Kirtan. So I am therefore most fallen and poor, really. It doesn't matter what we have, right? If we are not able to, get into the spiritual activities is what is being mentioned here. Just Sachin?
When the mind is completely cleansed of all sinful reactions, one can then understand his duty in the human form of life. The Krishna consciousness movement is meant to educate sinful men so that they may become pious simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatir Anyatha. To cleanse the heart so that one may become sober and wise in this age of Kali, there is no value to any method other than chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prahlāda Maharaj has confirmed this process in previous verses. Tvad Virya Gayana Mahamrata Magna Chittaha. Prahlāda further confirms that if one's mind is always absorbed in thought of Krishna, that very qualification will purify one and will keep one purified always. To understand the Lord and his activities, one must free his mind from all contamination of the material world, and this one can achieve by simply chanting the Lord's holy name. Thus, one becomes free from all material bondage. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So that's the power of chanting the Lord's holy name. Yeah, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Kevalam. Hare Krishna. So I think we are going to pause here, and we'll continue reading Prahlāda Maharaj's prayers. Right? Amazing prayers. So we'll stop here, and then we know it's Navratri time. Yeah. So Navratri started yesterday. We are going to see live darshan from Vaishnav Devi, and we'll see it for 7 to 8 minutes. Yeah. You're able to hear the sound also, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुरेव विजितसुहस्रगरे कर्णदेव कृतसुरतारक संगर सोनुसुदेव सुरतसमाधि सुजातरदेव जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुरेव पदकमलं करुणानिलये वरिवस्य दयोनुदिनं शिवे अयि कमले कमलानिलयः सकपं नमवे तव पदमेव परं पदमित्यनुशीलयतो मम किं न शिवे जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुदेव कर्णकलसत्कर सिन्धुजलैरणसिन्धुते गुणरङ्गमुखम् भजति स किं न सचे कुजकुम्भजडे वरिरम्भसुखानुभवम् तव चरणं शरणं करवाणि तामरवाणि निवासि शिवम् जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुदेव तव विमलेन्दुकुलं गगनेन्दुमलं सकलं ननुकूलयते किं पुरुहो तबुरेन्दुमुखे सुमुखे भिरसौ विमुखे क्रियते मम तुम तं शिवनामधने भवते कृपया किमुत क्रियते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुदेव अयि मयि दीन दयालु त्वया कृपयैव त्वया भवितव्यं मे अयि जगतो जननी कृपयासि यथासि तथानुमितासि देव यदुदितमत्प्रभवत्तुररे कुरुता दुरुता मम पाकुरुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनिरन्धकपर्दिनिशैलसुदेव अथ दिव्यपराधक्षमापण स्तोत्रम् नमन्त्रं नो यन्त्रं तदप तदपि च न जाने स्तुति महो न चाह्वानं धनं तदपि च न जाने स्तुति कथा न जाने मुद्रास्ते तदपि च न जाने विलपनं परं जाने माता त्वदनुसरणं क्लेशहरणं विधेरज्ञानेन द्रविण विरहेणा लसतया विधेया शक्यत्वात् तव चरणयोजा च्युतिरभूत् तदेतच्छन्तव्यं जननि सकलोद्धारिणि शिवे कुपुत्रो जायेत क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति पृथिव्यां पुत्रास्ते जननि बहवः सन्ति सरलाः परं तेषां मध्ये विरलतरलोहं तव सुतः मदीयोऽयं त्यागः समुचितमिदं नो तव शिवे कुपुत्रो जायेत क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति जगन्मातर्मातस्तव चरणसेवा न रचिता न वा दत्तं देवी द्रविणमपि भूयस्तव मया तथापि त्वं स्नेहं मयि निरुपमं यत् प्रकुरुषे कुपुत्रो जायेत क्वचिदपि कुमाता न भवति परित्यक्ता देवा विविध सेवा कुलतया मया पञ्चाशीते रधिकमपणीते तु वयसि इदानीं जेमातस्तव यदि कृपा नापि भविता विहरति चिरं कोटिकनके तवापर्णिः कर्णे विशति मनुवर्णे फलमिदं जनाः पूजाहीते जननि जपणीयं जपविधौ भस्मालेपो गरलमशनं दिक्पटधरो जटाधारी कण्ठे भुजगपतिहारी पशुपतिः कपाली भूतेषु भजति जगदीशैकपदवी फलानि पद्मानि ग्रहण परिपाटि फलमिदं न मोक्षस्य आकाङ्क्षा भवविभववाञ्छापि च न मे न विज्ञानापेक्षा शशिमुखि सुखे चापि न पुनः अतस्त्वं संयाते जननि जननं जातु मम मे मृडानि रुद्राणि शिव शिव भवानीति जपतः नादितासि विधिना विविधोपचारैः किं वृक्षचिन्तन परेण कृतं वचोभिः श्रावे त्वमेव यदि किञ्चन मय्यनाथे धर्षे कृपामुचितमं परं तदेव आपत्सुमग्नः स्मरणं त्वदीयं करोमि दुर्गे करुणार्णवेशे नैतच्छठत्वं मम भावयेथा क्षुधा तृषार्ता जननीं स्मरन्ति जगदम्ब विचित्रमत्र किं परिपूर्णा करुणास्ति चेन्मयि अपराधनरं परापरं न हि माता समुपेक्षते सुतं मत्समः पातकी नास्ति पापग्निः तत्समानहि एवं ज्ञात्वा महादेवी यथा योग्यं तथा कुरु सिद्धकुञ्जिका स्तोत्रम् शिववाच शृणु देवी
श्री वैष्णव देवी माता की जय. So that was the Kshama Pradhana we were listening to of Vaishnav Devi directly live from this morning. So it's really nice. Very auspicious Navratri time. Good to read Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's Wednesday, so I know we are slightly over time today, but long weekend, and then we'll see you back on Monday. Yeah, Monday
Yes.
9:30. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.